for that special someone.
Yeah, the countdown is on to Valentine's Day. 4 days. Count them, 4 and counting.
And for many, that is still a lot of time. Here with some great gift ideas for your love. Terry Davis of Towne Square Jewelers in Charleston. Obviously, jewels are top of most women's Valentine list. You got some great gift ideas.
Well, we say candy has calories, flowers fade. Diamonds are forever.
There you go.
That's good. I'm sure the Diamond Advisory Board appreciates that too, right?
So how do we know a diamond is of high quality when we are shopping? What do we look for?
Basically, you need to look at what we call the 4 C's, which is the carat weight, color, the clarity, and the other one that I can't remember.
Cut?
The cut. There you go. See, you listen.
I got your back.
You listen very well.
She's looked at a few diamonds in her time too, maybe.
So this is just an illustration of the sizes of the stones relative. Of course, it's a little bit blown up there on the screen. But the typical half-carat stone is going to be about 5.2 millimeters. Typical 1 carat about 6.5 millimeters. Not so important as the other characteristics.
Well, I want to know the size of like the Sue Ellen Ewing size diamond, where like her middle, like her 4th finger can't really stand up all the way because the diamond is so heavy.
You need someone to carry it around.
Right, yeah.
That's a large stone.
Super large. Okay, see you personally for that kind of stone. Yeah.
So what are we looking at here?
This is a very simple illustration of the cutting of the stone. It's really what I consider to be one of the most important characteristics of a diamond, because the diamond is really a lens. And what the cutter does is give it the right proportions and the right angles and the right polish to make light go ooh-ah. Right. You want the light to go into the stone, bounce around, come back out to the eye, and make the stone sparkle.
And so really cut does mean, is one of the most important C's, I would think.
It's very important, because you can have a very clear stone, a very high color stone. If it isn't properly cut, it's just going to lay there. Typically, that's not going to happen, because they're going to give a fine stone to a fine cutter who's going to do a really good job. But you can make a stone look very inexpensive if you cut it improperly.
So guys, ask about cut. If you want your babe to have bling, gotta ask.
There is what they call the ideal cut diamond, which has the proportions which will give the stone the maximum amount of brilliance and sparkle. And usually the closer to that ideal cut you get, the higher the price of the stone is going to be.
Right.
But it's going to give you a lot of sparkle and brilliance.
Okay, what else do we have to look at here?
The other factor that is important is the color of the stone. And this is not so much a beauty factor as it is a rarity factor, because they find more stones down in that LP, down in that range, where they have that little bit of yellow in them. That's caused by nitrogen in the diamond. The rarer stones are the ones on the DEF end of the scale, and they're going to be priced out a little bit higher because they are far rarer. You can get a beautiful diamond and still be in that GHI-J range. The visual color of the stone doesn't change a whole awful lot until you get down into that KLM range.
And those aren't necessarily bad diamonds, right? I mean, you want to set it right, and you have to do other things with it to accentuate the natural colors of that.
It can be very beautiful, and that's an important thing to note, because you don't have to have a DEF color stone to have it be beautiful. It can be, if that's what you want, to have a very rare stone, it's going to be a little more expensive.
Okay, I think we still have clarity to check out.
Yeah, this is a real simplified diagram which shows you the relative amounts. You have the rarest stones are flawless, that's the FL. Internally flawless, the VVS have very small inclusions down into the ones where you start to see the inclusions with the naked eye are down in that I2, I3 range, where the stone's going to be obviously imperfect.
All right, you've got some great examples of some diamonds down here that may fit for a Valentine gift. What do we got down here?
Oh, this is a high color princess cut stone here. This is a natural reddish brown diamond. The stones with natural color right now are very, very popular. If you want something that's a little bit more unusual, the natural colored diamonds are there. This blue is a treated blue, so that's a natural diamond with a treated color. That's a high color marquee cut, the different shapes of the stones. And on the far end there closest to you, Heather, is a natural, fancy yellow diamond.
Beautiful. Terry, thanks so much for coming in. Great tips on anyone out there in the market for a diamond.
Yeah, hey, we'll get you connected to everything. Towne Square Jewelers on our CILiving.tv page. Plus, get you connected with Terry's information so that you can see the guy who knows about diamonds for Valentine's Day, right?
Exactly.
Got to go to the experts.
Exactly.
All right, time for today's CI.